Ripple's biggest purchase of Metaco of $250 million secures partnerships with some of the biggest banks in the world. We're going to talk about how important Metaco is to Ripple's portfolio and what Metaco can offer institutional clients for crypto custody assets. Let's get into this, guys. I'm going to teach you all about why Metaco is so important and how this is going to take XRP to a whole new level. Let's go. We are on Ripple's website here talking about access to the entire digital asset ecosystem today, scale new revenue streams, and deepen customer retention with secure custody solutions. Custody is the foundation of any digital asset business. It securely enables new use cases across tokenization, digital asset management, stablecoin issuance, and beyond. Ripple always says our self-custody technology offers this and more, a single platform for safeguarding, managing, and engaging with digital assets. And as you come down here, there's some more information, talks about secure and execution, talks about advanced governance framework, efficiency and automation, and of course, flexible deployment. They also talk about banks, neobanks, digital banks, and crypto businesses all need good custody solutions. And there's, of course, this video down here that I want to play for you.
We're in a world where everything can be tokenized, and that's where Ripple Custody comes in. Here's how it works. The custody platform acts like a digital vault to safeguard both your and your client's assets. This vault is protected by the highest standard of bank-grade security for digital assets. Digital assets can be managed and accessed through a cryptographically secured infrastructure layer. This acts as a sort of door or single access point, which means you can choose who can do what with those assets. Next, thanks to an API-first model and a unique modular design, bank management systems can easily connect to the platform through a user-friendly interface, allowing for simple user control and integration. This makes things like token management, transferring, accounting, and custody straightforward and easy without compromising security, governance, or compliance. Lastly, the custody platform is plug-and-play and interoperable, unifying interactions with multiple underlying blockchains and their applications, external data sources like AML or other data providers, and to other market players like exchanges, marketplace venues, and regulated custodians. Now is the time to tap into the future of finance.
Now is the time to tap into the future of finance. Of course, you have Metaco here, a single unified platform to secure and govern all digital asset transactions and operations, now a part of Ripple. Ripple spent $250 million buying Metaco, and I think this is one of the pieces Ripple's going to need when you're talking about the tokenization of institutional grade custody solutions for banks and central banks. Now, what we're trying to get to is a place where banks are going to start tokenizing, it could be real estate, it could be stocks, bonds, it could be derivatives, it could be cryptocurrency in general, that banks need a safe place to keep these tokenized value, right? And Metaco offers best in class for that. Also, you will see that going back to December 4th, 2023, that StanChart's Zodia Custody integrates with Metaco sub-custody digital asset network. And this is important because check this out. Zodia Custody has integrated with Metaco's sub-custody network. It enables institutions connected to Metaco to access Zodia Custody digital asset custody solutions. And Zodia's Custody's interchange clients can now access Metaco solutions. And then it does talk about SBI Holdings recently became a significant shareholder during Zodia Custody's latest funding round. Obviously, SBI has always been involved with what Ripple is doing. They understand how important all of this technology is to the next few decades of banking. It says in traditional finance or TradeFi, subcategory is generally used for international investments. Say a UK client appoints a custodian. If that client doesn't have a physical presence in the United States, the custodian will usually work with a sub-custodian in the US. So if somebody or a banking institution is wanting to participate in whatever that they're offering and they're not in the United States, they can have some type of sub-custody to allow that. It says Metaco services a number of major banks, including BBVA, BNP Paribas Securities, Citibank, right? DBS, HSBC, Société Forge, right? Société Générale Forge, as well as German banks, Deca Bank and DZ Bank, right? Just these banks alone, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about billions of accounts, right? It really is kind of silly. HSBC is by far one of the biggest banks in the world behind Citibank, right? And you have Citibank too. So you have 2 out of the 3 of the biggest banks in the world being able to access this. And it says, our understanding is that the subcategory network integration with new because Standard Chartered was one of the first strategic investors in Metaco. The bank sold its shareholding when Ripple acquired Metaco earlier this year. And then also the company has licenses in the UK, Ireland, and Luxembourg, which is a huge deal, right? And we talk about HSBC, like how big is HSBC Bank? I want to have you guys get a good understanding of this. Check this out. So HSBC is one of the world's largest financial banks and financial services organizations with over 3 trillion. So 3,000 billions is 3 trillion as of March. So that's how much money they have under management, guys. It's really a big deal. So HSBC, a major global banking institution, has partnered with Metaco and Ripple-owned technology startup to build an institutional custody platform for tokenized assets. Boom, boom, right? We know how big, hundreds of trillions of dollars worth of assets are going to find their way onto blockchain. Okay. And I've always said this. It's not going to be me and you that push XRP to $50, $100, or $1,000, right? It'll never be retail investors. It's going to be institutions like HSBC with $3 trillion under management, those guys tokenizing their funds, right? Tokenizing their stocks, their bonds, their derivatives, tokenizing their real estate, tokenizing whatever they want, and bringing it onto Metaco's platform, which is basically Ripple, right? And XRP. And then it says HSBC has already 5.6 trillion in custody. Excuse me. It's 5.6 trillion in custody. Plans to debate this new service in 2024 alongside its existing digital asset issuance platform, HSBC Orion, right? This is a big deal. This is how we reach a high price. If you can bring over, 50 or $100 trillion in the XRP ledger, you're not talking about a $2 or $3 XRP anymore. You're talking about $100 XRP. And that is it's not crazy to think that this is a possibility, a real possibility of what's to come, right? If we understand where the current financial system is, right? It's old, it's outdated. Everybody's looking to upgrade it, right? As everybody's upgrading to these new instant payment systems, some of those instant payment systems can use DLT, and they're going to want to be able to use these new tokenized assets to be able to transfer on the new system. It says digital asset tech provider Metaco secures partnership with Liechtenstein's private bank. Said that wrong, but all good. It says Liechtenstein's VP Bank follows Citibank, Societe Generale, and DAB Bank and DZ Bank in selecting Metaco to assist with development of their digital asset custody. Listen, if it's good enough for the biggest banks in the world, it is good enough for the smaller, medium-sized institutions, right? And of course, Citibank, which is one of the biggest banks, obviously, in the world, it says Citi has announced today that it selected Metaco to develop a pilot digital asset custody capabilities. This collaboration brings Metaco's technology and digital asset solutions with Citi's expansive custody network to develop a platform to enable clients to store and settle digital assets seamlessly and securely. Citi intends to fully integrate Metaco's bank-grade digital asset custody and orchestration platform Harmonize into its existing infrastructure. So Citi already has some existing infrastructure. They're going to combine it all together and boom, right? And it talks about the leading technology provider to financial institutions is the digital asset ecosystem. Metaco has supported several key implementations, including FINMA, BaFin, FSA, Banco de Español. So these are government institutions in certain countries around the world that they are working with. And it says, with over 27 trillion of assets under custody, administration and trust, the industry-leading proprietary network spanning 63 markets, Citi Securities Services provides clients with in-depth local market. I mean, look at this, man. $27 trillion. It's coming to the blockchain, right? And here's some other fun tips maybe that we passed. Ripple did pay $250 million to take over Metaco. And then, of course, we're talking about crypto custody. Ripple now provides secure storage and management of digital asset for institutional clients. Like, it doesn't get any bigger than the Metaco purchase, right? There's obviously other companies that have spent more money on other things, but this has been one of the biggest purchases for Ripple in its history. Tokenization, the company gains the ability to custody, issue, and settle any type of tokenized asset, right? I hope I hope things are firing in your brain right now. I hope we covered this well enough for you to really understand how big of an impact this is going to have on the global financial system. And it says institutional services. Metaco's technology is used by major banks. We talked about these banks, right? Standard Chartered. Also, Metaco will continue to operate as an independent brand and business under a unit under Ripple's ownership, with founder Adrian Tarashi remaining as the CEO. So they kept the CEO that used to be at Metaco. And man, here you go, guys. This is what takes Ripple and XRP to the next level. If you learned something, please hit like. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Crypto Sensei. Aloha.